What's going on, y'all? It's your boy Stock Holiday, right back at you again with the latest and the greatest in these cryptocurrency markets. Do me a quick favor, hit that like button, press that subscribe button. Now let's get it. Let's go ahead and get this out the way. This is not financial advice. Anything I say is not a suggestion for you to buy, sell, or hold any cryptocurrency. What is going on right now? We're going to talk about the volatility in cryptocurrency. I just lost $9,000 in cryptocurrency. I got 1.5 Bitcoin. Bitcoin was at $223,000. Now Bitcoin is at $117,000. Just lost $6,000 in one whole Bitcoin. The other half of my Bitcoin lost $3,000. Lost a total of $9,000 in one day. Very volatile asset. But on the flip side, you take a look at last week. Last week, Bitcoin was $107,000. Then Bitcoin ran all the way up to $223,000. I made a total of $24,000 just in that 1 week period. So Bitcoin is very volatile. Do not get emotional. It runs up, it runs down. People are losing a boatload of money. People are gaining a boatload of money. It runs up, it runs down. You have to understand what it is that you're dealing with. This thing is not going to go up in a straight line. Currently right now, Bitcoin is $117,000, going through a little bit of a pullback, which is understandable. Don't expect for it to go up in a straight line. Don't expect for it to go from $123,000 straight to $125,000 or $130,000. You're going to see some pullbacks. You're going to see Bitcoin correct, which is normal in any market. Nothing goes up in a straight line, so don't get shocked. Don't get surprised. This is what happened. You take a look back at 2021, Bitcoin was $63,000 in April. In June, Bitcoin had corrected all the way back down to $33,000. Then what did it do? Back in November, boom, it shot back up to $69,000. We are going to continue to watch the Fear and Greed Index. Like I've been talking about, whenever I see something hit extreme greed, whenever the market hit extreme greed or one tick away from extreme greed, we are going to be taking massive profits in expectations for a correction, something like we saw in 2021 when Bitcoin went from $63,000 and took a 50% haircut and got down to $33,000. So we're going to continue to watch that. But we know this week we have some great things in store for us. We got Crypto Week. And folks were saying, hey, Coach, this might be a buy the rumor, sell the news event. Maybe we're doing this week. Bitcoin price is going to tank. Maybe we'll see a correction. It might go down 10%, whatever it is. Who knows? And on the reverse, it might go up 10%. So depends on how you want to play it. But we know that the Genius Act is on the table. The Clarity Act and the Anti-CBDC is on the table. They're going to be doing votes this week, Wednesday and Thursday. House of Representatives are going to be doing votes on these various bills. If these bills are passed, these laws really could establish the United States as the leader in digital finance. That is what the leaders have been talking about. That is what they have been saying that they wanted to accomplish. So they got the opportunity to do that this week. Once things are placed on their desk and they get their pen and say yay or nay, we will see what will happen. If these things are passed, you know Bitcoin is going to moonshot. AltCoins are going to moonshot. What are we going through right now? Going through a little bit of a correction. How low would it go? Who knows? Will it go below 117, 116? Who knows? But we're going to continue to trust the process and we're going to see how this week plays out. Bitcoin is a great asset. A lot of folks are clamoring to Bitcoin right now, and we understand what it takes for Bitcoin to continue to surge. We understand that this is a scarce asset. There's only a set amount of Bitcoins out there. So once this is a supply and demand type thing. Once the supply really start to get scarce like it is getting now, the demand is going to go up. Market demand, adoption rates, and the regulatory developments will cause Bitcoin to really skyrocket. Market demands, we're seeing that the market demands are there. All of these large institutions, everybody is trying to buy up much Bitcoin as they can. The adoption rates, you see the countries around the world, everybody is trying to clamor and adopt Bitcoin. How can I use Bitcoin? How can I use digital assets? How can I incorporate a tokenized asset with what I have going on? That's the adoption rate, and we see the rates are increasing. Regulatory developments, we got crypto week. They are going to be talking about this week. The lawmakers are discussing it all week. They're going to make decisions on Wednesday and Thursday. Those are the three key things that will continue to allow Bitcoin to boost and allow Bitcoin to explode. We are in a great time with Bitcoin, with cryptocurrency, watching these coins explode. It was pretty interesting watching Bitcoin at $123,000. Bitcoin was in discovery zone. Bitcoin had never been there. So it's kind of like when you first when you sightseeing or you traveling, you on vacation, you go somewhere for the first time, you're in discovery zone. It's the first time you ever been there. So it's a little bit uncomfortable, a little bit fun. You might go some places that you're not familiar with. You might go to some scary places. You might go to some fun places. Bitcoin is in discovery zone. It was at $123,000. It's never been there. When you're in discovery zone, sometimes you might go to some corners or to some areas that you shouldn't be. You slip, you step on some rocks, you correct. That's what Bitcoin is doing right now. Bitcoin is in discovery zone, so it got a little bit of the jitters, a little bit of nervousness. It's like, man, I've never did this before. What is this over here? What is that over there? Boom, we're at $117,000. Might be $116,000. But the fact that it was in discovery zone, now it knows what $123,000 feels like. It knows what $122,000 tastes like. Now, what can it do? Now, let me go ahead and make a new all-time high. I know what 122 feel like. I know what 123,000 feel like. Now, let me go ahead and increase my level in this discovery zone thing. Let me make a new all-time high. Let me get to $125,000, $128,000. I've been hearing people talk about $130,000. This is what Bitcoin is getting ready to do. Bitcoin is getting ready to kick butt. Every week you're going to be talking about it's a new all-time high. A new all-time high. That's what 2025 is going to consist of. New all-time highs will be happening every month, every other month. We're in July. We still got 5 or 6 months through the end of the 2025 cycle. Phase 2, we're in the midst of it right now. It might happen quick. We've been seeing a lot of the large cap altcoins have been exploding. Maybe phase 2 will be very quick. We saw Ethereum did eclipse $3,000. Even Ethereum took a little bit of a dip in the correcting, $2,960. A lot of the altcoins I've been looking at, we saw Turbo Coin do well. Pudgy Pingas was doing well. The market is stable. Things are looking good. Portfolios are starting to increase. This is a perfect time to take a look at your portfolio. If we do see a correction, if we do see a dip, get that dry powder and buy some of the coins that you were looking at the past couple of days when they were green and when they were exploding. Coins were up 50, 60%. If you were liking those coins then, you got to like them when they're in their red days. That is how we dominate, and that is how we continue to move forward in the rest of this 2025 cryptocurrency market cycle. Stock market holding up, doing well. I think this is going to be a good week. Like you say, don't expect it to continue to go straight up. If we do see a correction, don't be shocked, don't be surprised. Take a deep breath like we always do, like we've been doing the entire year of 2025. It's not going to be anything new. We have seen this before and we'll see it again, unfortunately. But continue to stand tall, continue to trust the 4-year cycle is all that we can do. I talked to a young man earlier today. He said, Coach, I'm getting ready to take profits. I'm like, man, that's all good. It's never a bad thing to take profits. He said, I think we're getting ready to have a little bit of a correction. Let me go ahead and take profits. As the CEO of your own portfolio, it is never a bad idea or a bad thing to take profits when things are green. When there's a lot of excitement in the market, there's a lot of pumps, especially when you're seeing all-time highs. That have always been the right time to take profits. Wait till the market cool off and get back in. There's a lot of different ways to play. When you're talking about cryptocurrency, some folks like to just set it and forget it because sometimes when you're doing a lot of trading, the cryptocurrency exchanges charge you a lot of money. It costs a lot of money making the various exchanges, transferring your money to USDT or whatever it is you got to do to quote unquote take profits. But there is anything wrong with taking profits. I wish I would have took great profits in December 2024. I would have been standing up looking like a great king. But we didn't know to take profits then, just like right now. Should we be taking profits right now? Who knows? Because just like this, Bitcoin could run back up to $123,000, $125,000. Cryptocurrency is very volatile. You just never know. Just when you think you got it figured out, just when you think you know it, just like that, you was like, damn, I shouldn't have did that. Or damn, I should have did this. So you just never know. Nobody got a crystal ball. All we can do is the best that we can with the information that we have before us. With the skill set and the knowledge that we have, try to make the best moves that you can and do what's right for you as the CEO of your own portfolio. Bitcoin could kick back. It could trade sideways for a little bit. Bitcoin has been exhausting a lot of energy as of lately. Like I said, we went from $107,000 to $123,000 in 1 week. So Bitcoin might just cool off. It might just hang out in the 115, 117 range. Who knows? Or Bitcoin may be full of energy. Bitcoin may have drank a Red Bull. Bitcoin may have had a rock star and said, you know what? I'm full of energy. Let me go ahead and get back to 122, 123 and see what 124, 125 tastes like. Welcome to cryptocurrency. Welcome to Bitcoin. But nevertheless, we are in some great, exciting times right now. Just seeing Bitcoin at $117,000, $116,000, $123,000. That's unheard of. It's never been seen before. We are living and making history in real time. We're doing things that the history books will be talking about for years and years to come. Just like those folks who were buying Bitcoin when it was $5, we're talking about that right now. Years and years to come, 2030, 2035, 2040, they're going to be talking about us. We were buying Bitcoin when it was 50,000, when it was 120,000. Damn, you was in it when it was $123,000? They're going to be saying, Grandpa, how come you didn't buy none? Grandma, how come you didn't buy none? You had a chance to buy it when it was $50,000? Your grandkids are going to be asking you, how come you didn't buy none? It is a great time to be investing in cryptocurrency. Great time to be in the realm talking about digital assets, buying up the various cryptocurrency coins. This is the future. This is the new way. Shouts out to everybody who is taking advantage of the opportunities that is right here before us. This is a great time. Always the year after the Bitcoin halving, we see excitement. What are we seeing right now? We're seeing excitement. The year after the Bitcoin halving is not letting us down so far. Bitcoin is doing its thing, doing exactly what it's supposed to do. Now we're just waiting on altcoin to step up and do what altcoins do every year after the Bitcoin halving. Bitcoin have already proved itself. 123,000 Bitcoin. I've seen some folks last year saying, you know what? My price prediction for Bitcoin is $125,000. That was hit. That was hit today or yesterday. $123,000, $125,000, same thing. So that price prediction was hit for whoever placed that number. Wonder what are they doing? Are they tapping out? Are they saying, you know what? I'm out the market. My number was hit. My number is 168,000. I'll probably be tapping out at 150K. It is going to be very interesting time as Bitcoin continues to increase and continues to make new all-time highs. We're still early. We just started Q3. The Fed reserves have not even dropped interest rates yet all year. Jerome Powell has not dropped the interest rates yet. Imagine what cryptocurrency and Bitcoin is going to be doing when the Fed drop the interest rate. If you think $123,000 is something, come holler at me when the Feds drop them doggone interest rates. Will it be at the end of July or will they be doing it in August, September? Once that situation, that date happens and that occurs, will they drop those interest rates? That's what we're waiting on. That's one of the things that we're waiting on. So patience is very important. Look how patient we were by holding Bitcoin since it was $100,000. I had people in my family saying, man, you should sell that Bitcoin. It's $108,000. Why you don't sell? Then Bitcoin corrected, dipped back down, I think to 96. They was like, see, I told you you should have sold. You are not in cryptocurrency. You have no idea about cryptocurrency. You don't know anything about the 4-year cycle. These are people that are in my ear. They don't know anything about Solana, XRP. All they know is Bitcoin. They don't know what COINBASE is. They don't know what Uphold is. They don't know what a market cap is. All they see is the dollar sign. Man, you should sell. It's 108,000. Now Bitcoin's $123,000. You would have cost me $15,000 had I sold at $108,000 and it ran up to $123,000. Be careful of who you listening to and who you are watching. Do your own research. Pay attention to the 4-year cycle. That is what we're in. That is what Bitcoin consists of. That is where Bitcoin sits in. Bitcoin sits in a 4-year cycle. Do as much research as you can to learn what that means, what that consists of. Learn about the 4 phases of cryptocurrency. Do as much homework as you can so you can make the right decisions as the CEO of your own portfolio, because we are in some very sticky times right now to where the right decisions must be made. And so we don't have to be sitting around waiting for the next Bitcoin halving in 2028. We got to get it right today. We got to get it right this year, 2025, and make sure that we are taking profits, watching the Fear and Greed Index and the other indicators to make sure that we are making the right moves and the right decisions. So continue to watch your portfolio, continue to watch the market. Keep your helmet on, keep your seatbelt on. It could get volatile, it could get rocky. Welcome to cryptocurrency, such a volatile asset. Come on over there, join us in the Patreon. We would love to see you over there. We have one of the best cryptocurrency communities around. But like I say, I just continue to come to you guys every day, just to continue to give you that good encouragement. Coming to you guys every day to give you that good motivation. And that's all I got for you on this one. It's your boy, Stock Holiday. And I'm out.